perceived and has been looking like the next Anderson Silva giant. For the first time in his UFC career, he had to deal with adversity. Gastelum, he actually won the first round. He was able to knock down, it was a partial knockdown in the first round by Kelvin. Adesanya, he returned the favor in the second round, knocking down Gastelum. It was pretty much a striking competition throughout the fight. And by the third round, it looked like Israel, he started to take over. Gastelum was throwing this huge, heavy-handed overhand left, this sweeping overhand left that he would throw, but he would always be off balance when he threw it. And around the third round, Israel, he started to take advantage of that by countering him with perfect right hands every time Gastelum threw that sweeping left hand. But Gastelum, he showed a lot of heart because he wasn't finished. In the fourth round, he came back, he rallied, and he managed to hurt Israel with a kick to the head. So going into the fifth round, it could be argued that it was an even fight. And Israel, he clearly showed that he wanted it more. He clearly showed that he had more dog in him because he completely dominated Gastelum in the fifth round. And quite frankly, if it wasn't for the referee trying to save Gastelum, Gastelum would have gotten knocked out because Israel, he hurt Kelvin really bad multiple times. He kept knocking him down over and over. And in the last 30 seconds, Gastelum was done. And you could see that the referee, he was like, I'm not stopping this fight. I'm just gonna let this man finish it since he's so close to the final bell. But because of that, Kelvin took a whole lot of damage because he was pretty much out. He was pretty much out in the last 10 seconds. Kelvin was laying on his back and Israel was just raining punches down on him. So overall, this was a very impressive performance by Israel. Once again, both fighters showed tremendous heart. Israel's defense was very impressive, very impressive. I mean, he kind of reminds me of a Muhammad Ali with his foot movement and his head movement. In fact, if there was a modern day Muhammad Ali and he was an MMA fighter, you would expect him to fight similar to an Israel Adesanya. So with that victory, now Israel, he moves on to the real UFC middleweight title, which will be against Whitaker. We'll see how that plays out. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.